Hello everybody, I'm Mahin and welcome to this edition of the Bellydance Quickies. So today we are going to have some fun with our undulations. So there's so many things that we can add to undulations that, just help us bring so much musicality into our dancing. They're just like a kind of, not really like a blank canvas, but kind of like a blank canvas. There are so many things that you can layer on them and attach to them and blend them into, and we're going to explore some of them today. When I was brainstorming for this, I had a really, really long list, but I'm going to keep it down to 6 today. So we're going to keep it manageable. All right, so before we get to dancing, don't forget that Dr. Sawa is going to be with us on October 1st for a talk on Riad al-Sonbati, Dr. Sawa and his beautiful canoe. So I hope you will join us for that. Check out the box down there. You can read all about what he's going to talk about. All right, let's get to those undulations. All right, so first thing on the table, let's make sure we're all talking about the same thing when we say undulation. So in the verbiage that I use, I refer to undulation as all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom. So chest coming up, coming down through the abdominal muscles, the pelvis, coming into a pelvic tilt at the bottom of this, and then releasing at the bottom. So I realize that in some styles that is called a camel. For me, I define a camel more as this bottom half of the movement here. So whatever you want to call that thing we're doing today, that's what we're doing. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about some layering on top. So we're going to talk about layering a shimmy with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer a chest or a shoulder shimmy on this first. So the shoulder shimmy is going to come up with the top and then fade away as it comes to the bottom. Here and rolling down. So forward and rolling down. Forward and rolling down. Forward and rolling down. So conversely, so that was number 1. Number 2, you can also land in a shimmy. So we can start from the top and roll down, and as we come to the bottom of the movement, we can start to get our shimmy in here. So where you start your shimmy is going to kind of be about what the music says, of course. So up, rolling down, up, bring it in and down, up, bring it in and down, like that. Okay, so there's number 2. So number 3, we can use both of these, but if we don't want to use them at the same time, unless, like I always tell my beginner students, you want to look like a wet dog, so don't do that. All right, so we're going to start with the shimmy at the shoulders, we're going to let the shimmy go, and then we're going to pick the shimmy back up at the hips. So we're going to come up, we're going to come down, and we're going to land here. So we're going to go forward and up, bring it in, land it at the bottom. Shimmy at the top, bring it in, land it at the bottom. So that would be your 3rd one. All right, moving on to number 4. These ones are going to be ones where you are going to be connecting into another movement in a fluid way. So we're going to connect at the top, we're going to connect at the bottom. So at the top, let's connect with a vertical rib circle. So making sure we're all talking about the same thing here. My ribs are going to go forward and up and over. So whatever direction they're going, so they're going to go to the side, they're going to lift up and here. So you can see this is more vertical than horizontal here. So I'm lifting up. I like to describe this as kind of like a clock face, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom, we're going to go over, we're going to come back up to the top, and when we hit the top of the circle the 2nd time, or the 1st time if your music needs that, or the 3rd time, whatever, you're going to come up to the top of the circle and then you're going to roll down. And we want to blend these movements together beautifully. So we're going to go up, up, roll, down, up, up, roll, down, up, up, roll down, up, up, roll down. All right, so let's connect into something else. Now what we're going to do is connect to the bottom of the movement, and when we come from and finish our undulation at the bottom, we finish back here in a kind of a small pelvic drop back here. So we can connect this pelvic drop into an ummi. So this would be our number 5. Okay, so we're coming down, we're rolling down into the drop, and then we're going to roll right into an ummi. Up, come down, roll around the other way. Up, come down, roll into one way. Up, come down, roll into the other way. All right, so there's number 5. So number 6 would be a reverse ummi. So reverse ummi is the opposite of everything an ummi is, right? So ummi is up on the side, tuck in the front, drop in the back. So reverse ummi, down on the side, drop forward in the front, pull up at the back. So when I'm teaching reverse ummis, one of the things I like to tell my students is to use a little bit of kind of come forward. I like just barely feel my weight a little more forward on my toes when I'm in the drop position, and when I come back, I like to pull back kind of closer to my heels. This gives my ummi a little more dimension this way. So that's something you can keep in mind. So now that we know our reverse ummi, we can go ahead and put this in. So we're going to come from here, we're going to come down, and when we come down in our undulation, we're going to come down into one side. So we saw this in our combination last week. Yes, you do remember that. So here, and you're going to land down into this side or the other side, and then you're going to go forward and bring it around. Come up, come down into the left side, bring it forward and around. Up, down into the right side, forward and around. Up, down into the left side, forward and around. All right, so there you go. There was 6. Starting with a shoulder shimmy, ending with a hip shimmy, using both shoulder shimmy and hip shimmy, connecting to a rib circle, connecting to an ummi, and connecting to a reverse ummi. All right, so have some fun with those. Those make very good drills, and they also are just really useful for musicality. I mean, that's the reason that these things kind of just start to pop up. All right, like I said, I have a long list. There may be more of these. All right, you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope you are checking out the information for Dr. Sawa on October 1st. It is down there. Please go read it, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.